Phantasy Star Online 2 is a free-to-play action RPG that is unlike other MMOs you may have played. In PSO2, you are a member of the special force known as ARCs, a group that travels the galaxy, exploring various planets and keeping them safe from the dark forces of the Fallspawn. Unlike other MMOs, there is no tank, healer, DPS trinity in play. While some support abilities exist, the best defense is always a good offense. In other words, your goal in combat is always to deal as much damage as you can. Your first step into PSO2 is to make a character. At the beginning, there are 4 races and 6 classes to choose from. Your choice of race is mostly cosmetic. While there are stat differences between the races, they're so minor it doesn't matter, and you can excel in any class regardless of racial choice. The playable races you can choose from are humans, who need no explanation, Numans, who are essentially space elves, castes, which are robots, and Doomans, which are part human and part dragon, notable for the horns on their head. PSO2 has an extensive character creation system, and you can design your character with nearly any look you want. There are 13 classes in the game, but only 6 are available at the start. The Hunter, a melee-focused class that uses swords, wired lances, and partisans to get up close and personal with the enemy. The Ranger, which is just the opposite, using assault rifles and launchers, they attack from a distance. The Force uses rods and taluses to cast spells called techniques to dispatch enemies and support allies with healing, and more. The Braver switches between melee and range combat, dancing around the battlefield with katanas and bows. The Bouncer zips around and attacks from all sides with a combination of melee using their soaring blades and magic using their jet boots. And the Summoner, which is a pet class that uses a variety of monsters to fight in its stead like a Pokemon trainer. If you are unsure of which class to start with, Hunter is an excellent choice for newcomers. It's easy to learn and caters to a variety of playstyles. Once you have created your first character, you will be taken on a tutorial quest that explains the basics of combat in PSO2. After you have completed this, you will be taken to Oracle, the main hub of PSO. This is where you accept quests to go on, purchase supplies, and party up with other players. This initial area is called the Lobby. This is where you can accept quests to go on by talking to the quest counter here. You can also accept client orders, which are special objectives to be completed during quests from several people in the area. On the sides of the lobby, you can find these green elevators. These allow you to change blocks. Blocks are essentially different instances, and you can only party up with other players in the same block. Another place of note here is the class counter. This is where you spend skill points earned through leveling up. You can also change classes here. It is possible to play every class in PSO2 as a single character. Speaking of which, there are 3 classes here you can now choose that weren't available at the start. The Fighter, a melee class with a high-risk, high-reward playstyle that uses double sabers, twin daggers, and knuckles to fight up close. The Gunner, which specializes in twin machine guns, dispatching enemies up close with rapid gunfire. And the Tector, which specializes in support magic, as well as using a wand to fight up close with techniques. Next to the class counter is the Alliance Administrator. An alliance is what you would call a guild in other MMOs, and you can create one or accept client orders for one here. On either side of the lobby, as well as upstairs, you can find your personal storage and the Visiphone. Your personal storage is where you store items you don't want to keep in your inventory. The Visiphone has many functions, from buying and selling items on the personal shop to receiving special rewards from campaigns. Taking any of the elevators will take you to the shopping plaza. Here, there are more people you can accept client orders from, as well as shops where you can upgrade your gear. There are 4 shops on the first floor, and 2 on the second. On the first floor, the shop with the green roof is where you buy basic supplies like monomates and low-level discs that can be used to learn new photon arts and techniques. The blue roof shop is where you can purchase costumes for your character, as well as basic armor. The purple roof is where you can upgrade your equipment through enhancement, as well as affix new abilities to them, both of which will be explained in their own video. If you are a summoner, you can also upgrade your pets here. At the orange roof, You can have special weapons dropped from enemies during quests identified so that they can be used. You can also buy basic weapons here. On the second floor, there is a red-roofed shop with various features. You can exchange various currencies here for equipment and more. And on the other side, a pink-roofed area. This is the salon. This is where you can customize your character's appearance beyond the initial character creation. The shopping plaza also has access to the casino and Franca's Cafe. In the casino, you can wager casino coins in games like blackjack and slots. In Franca's Cafe, you can cook food and craft skill rings, while hanging out with fellow players in between quests. Don't forget about Zig. The blacksmith cast on the first floor of the shopping plaza can create powerful endgame equipment for you if you have the proper materials. So what do you do now? The best course of action is to focus on completing your main ARC's missions, which were shown upon first reaching the lobby. These will grant rewards as you progress through them, teaching you how to play while also guiding you through the main story. While doing this, you should also give priority to the client order's coffee offers, as they unlock important features, the most important of which at this point is acquiring your mag. A mag is a personal robot that helps you in battle. It can be fed items and weapons to increase its stats. Different classes benefit from having a mag raised a certain way. For more specifics about raising mags for specific classes, check out my guides for each class. After you acquire your mag, your focus is completing ARC's main missions and reaching level 20. For more information on how to level quickly, see my video on leveling in the description of this video. Once you reach level 20, Coffee will offer a few new client orders of note, the most important of which is the subclass permit exam. That's right, in PSO2 you actually play two classes at once. Once this client order is complete, you can choose a subclass at the class counter. The option will be added under Change Class. At this point you will also unlock the hard difficulty. In hard mode, enemies will be slightly stronger, but so will the rewards they bring. You should also be able to join most urgent quests at this point. Urgent quests are world bosses that appear at certain times of day. These bosses are powerful and the rewards they drop even more so. At this point, continue completing missions and leveling until you reach level 40. Once you reach level 40, very hard difficulty is unlocked, as well as advanced quests. Advanced quests were at one point the best way to level up, but they have been outpaced by newer content. Essentially, they are more difficult expeditions that have an XP boost built in. Once you reach level 50, things get interesting. Super hard difficulty is unlocked, and ARC's daily and weekly missions become part of your typical to-do list. Completing all your daily missions at this point will reward a Tokyo Silver Key, and completing ARC's weekly missions will award you more than 2 million Meseta every week. Keep in mind that while most quests require level 50 to access super hard difficulty, most urgent quests require level 55. At this point, it's worth considering making and leveling additional characters. The reason for this is because daily and weekly ARCs missions can be completed on each character you have. You can create up to 3 characters for free. This can result in nearly 7 million Meseta every week just for doing your usual tasks. Once you reach level 60, extreme quests are unlocked. These quests consist of multiple rooms of enemies you are tasked with defeating under special conditions. A decent amount of Meseta can be earned through these, as well as grinders and photon drops. Once you reach level 70, extremely hard difficulty is unlocked. In this difficulty, many boss enemies, especially in urgent quests, will introduce new attacks. Endless quests are also unlocked here. These quests are essentially an arcade or score attack mode, in which you fight groups of enemies on several sets of floors while a timer ticks down. Completing special objectives on each floor adds time to the timer, while also increasing your score. Reaching level 75 is one of the biggest milestones in PSO2. At this level, you receive a special title for the class you got this far. This title grants a permanent stat boost to all your characters on your account, and all 9 classes we've discussed so far have one of these. Reaching this level with 2 classes grants you a title that unlocks the Scion classes. These are so powerful that you can't equip a subclass while wearing them. There are 4 Scion classes in the game. The Hero, a jack-of-all-trades that uses swords, twin machine guns, and taluses. The Phantom, a dark and edgy class that uses katanas, assault rifles, and rods. The Étoile, a class that combines melee attacks using soaring blades, double sabers, and wands with light magic. And Luster, which only uses gunblades, but has different fighting styles depending on the element of the gunblade they have equipped. At this point, you should be preparing for endgame content. One way to do this is through collection folders. Collection folders are a way of getting easy equipment by completing certain objectives, most of which you'll end up completing through regular gameplay. The 15-star collection folders have excellent weapons that can help you get started with gearing up for endgame content. Once you reach level 85, on either a Scion class or on your main and subclass, it's time for Ultra Hard difficulty. This is the highest level of challenge the game offers. At this point, you have reached the endgame. Ultra Hard difficulty adds new attacks to nearly all Urgent Quest bosses, and many regular enemies have more powerful variants. Divide quests are also unlocked at this point, which are one of the most difficult and fun quests in the game. At this point, you could stop worrying about leveling unless you really want to push all the way to 100. As you'll reach this point, just regularly playing from here on out. This is also a good time to start working towards some of the 15-star weapons offered by Zig. Zig's weapons are some of the best you can get, and while they can take some work to acquire, they are worth the grind. Even after all this, your journey as a member of ARX is just beginning. There's so much to do in this game that one video simply can't encompass it all. If you want to join me on the endless adventure that is PSO2, then consider subscribing, and maybe I'll see you out in the field. This is Shadgun, signing out.